recording and sharing here. All right, I'm trying out the video camera. So hello, my friends. Fingers crossed that this decides to work. It does. Yay. Question in chat. Absolutely, Dad. Give me a sec. Okay, so Jasmine, the best person to ask about credits is your counselor, because your counselor has access to things that I don't always have. So your counselor is the person who knows how many credits you have, and you need, I can't remember if it's 22 or 23 to graduate. Sorry, I think it's 22, but I feel like there was a change somewhere. Yum, that sounds good. Beeping and glitching, I'm sorry, it's 23. But I think it's 22. So again, this is why you do not come to me. Go to your counselor. Your counselor is the person who has all of this, and they have the most up-to-date records. Sometimes what I see isn't up-to-date. So, sorry, roboting again. Oh, sorry, Lynn. All right, guys, go to Surette there, and the code is my name, 9018. I just put it in the chat box for you. And welcome to all my friends who popped in. Double check and see if this is coming up like it should. Oh, I have so many friends coming in. I love it. So we're going to put 4 minutes on the clock. Now that I've found the clock, you're all in trouble. No kidding. And we're going to answer these, and they are painless questions. All right, so here we go. So answer the questions. Painless and relatively enjoyable, actually. Maybe I think. I love that you can click the links. That makes me so happy. Anybody having trouble getting in or have any questions? The code isn't working. It's Surette 9018, and there's only one R in my last name. A lot of people try to put 2 R's in there. Because Jasmine and I sat down and I said, how could I drive these kids nuts? I know, sentences. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You don't have to do full long sentences. I just have to be able to understand what you're saying, you know. And I don't even know who it is who's saying anything. So, you know, if you just want to do shorter sentences, that's okay. Oh, the access code. Oh, okay. So the access code is for my pretest, just in case any of my friends still haven't made it through yet. And if you're noticing I haven't put a grade in yet, I'm so sorry. My children woke up sick last night. I had to get them to the doctor this morning. So it's kind of thrown my day off. It's What makes you guess this could be qualitative research, Madeline? Wow, you read my mind. So smart. That's right. Caleb. Is survey a form of qualitative research? That's the question. Maybe I'm tricky. Yes, you're right, Deja. Caleb, don't tell them it's educational. I'm also learning about you, see? And hopefully when I make some presentations, I can bring some of these things in. So, you know, caps lock, yeah. That's all right, Caleb. I'm not angry. You know, okay, so Jasmine, I hadn't planned on speaking about it specifically, but on the day that I do sensation and perception, that's a great day for you to bring that in. I could not tell you off the top of my head what day that'll be. So I'll let you know. I'll send you an email as we get closer. And that way you could mention it, because I'd love for you to talk about it for a few minutes. I'm making myself a note because I'm old-fashioned and I write things. Because that's very cool. Can I name some strange bands? Hey, Sierra, how are you? We are, for the next 8 seconds, now it won't give me the code. Well, we've been looking at a Socrative where we're answering questions. You can name strange bands. That's awesome. And we're using the code is, hold on, 9018, if you want to start answering while we look at it. I did not have your informed consent. I'm sorry, but I will use it only for myself. Does that make it any better? Oh, yeah. Awesome, Caitlin. Okay, so here's what I'm going to try to do. Everyone cross your fingers. I'm going to attempt to screen share. It has not worked yet, but we are going to cross our fingers that finally it will decide it likes me enough to work. Nope. Why does it not like me to do this? Okay, let's try this. Ah, okay, wait, I think I figured it out. In this window. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to see if it was showing, so hold on a second. Let me get this out, and then I promise I'll take away this really weird mirror effect thing going on. Okay, can you see my Socrative screen? Sort of failed us, sort of didn't fail us. All right, can you see my Socrative screen? Give me just a second. I'm going to turn off my screen sharing so that I can stop the mirror effect. Oh, sorry, one more try. Screen one, allow. Okay, and can you guys, one sec. Now can you guys see my Socrative? Sorry, I went backwards. I had to do it again. Yes, woohoo, okay, this is good. All right, so let's take a look here. Question number 1, I was asking for some favorite musical groups, genres, songs, etc. And I do ask you guys to remember to keep it clean because, you know, it's school and who knows, maybe we can use some of this stuff. So we got some pretty cool stuff like Sabaton and Civil War, historical-based rock. That sounds kind of cool. I was not even aware there was such a thing. That's so cool. Tyler, the Creator, Freddie Dreddy. Let's see, we got Christian music. You Say by Lauren Daigle. I may not say that right, I'm sorry. The Beatles, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, sounds like my kind of music there too. I like those. I like that genre as well. Token, Hobson, Tyler, the Creator. Looks like we got lots of really cool music. Lizzo, Sam Smith, pop, country pop, and classical if you're dancing. Ooh, it sounds like someone maybe does ballet or some type of formal dance. Lumineers, Cage the Elephant, The Beatles. 5 Seconds of Summer, Lana Del Rey, Beyonce, Rihanna, Nikki Lord, sorry, I didn't mean to put those together. Journey, Smashing Pumpkins, anything 80s and 90s. I feel you there. Those are some of my favorites. All right, I'm learning about a lot of groups I've never heard of. I mean, some like Cardi B, Rihanna, Beyonce, I know. But But there's all kinds of things here. My daughter would be so mad if I didn't mention that she's oh, Imagine Dragons. My daughters love Imagine Dragons. Fall Out Boy is a favorite of my oldest. Says Panic at the Disco. Ah, I just found Panic at the Disco. Yes. So we got lots of cool things here. 93.9. I wonder if that's in my area. I'll have to look. 50. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. So now we can kind of get some ideas. Looks like we have quite a diversity, and that's really cool because sometimes I see the same numbers over and over again. So I think it's pretty cool that we have such a diversity of this. 93. Okay, I'll have to look for that. 105.7. Okay, I'll make myself a note. Sorry, because maybe I'll learn. I can find some new radio stations. It gets tiresome, you know, the same ones. Awesome. Well, let's look at the second question. Why do you like this type of music? They're based on historical events, and it's very fast-paced. I must say I am totally intrigued. I've never heard of this before. I can't wait to try to find it. Like a hidden meaning, loving to worship, spread God's word. You can groove, sure, like a danceability. Oh, wow. Okay, so as an outlet, an escape, and your animals would also be one. Absolutely, music can transport us. Okay. You like the depth of the songs. You like kind of the different themes of it. Okay, so you said you do. Okay, so the person who said classical, you do ballet. I do like classical myself, but I can't study to it because I get so into trying to conduct it, I have to quit. A tone and feeling you get from music, kind of a nostalgia, sure. A nice distraction. So we kind of see a lot of things going on here. We've got the beat and dancing and movement. We've got a way to distract or to kind of relax. I see here like kind of needing to focus on something to calm you down. Absolutely. Makes you happy. The colors associated with them are pleasing. Yep, that's a great example of synesthesia. There are a lot of people who they combine senses in synesthesia. So if they hear something, they also see like a color or something at the same time. Just not country. Yeah, and that's true. Like maybe you can go to a different genre if you want a different thing. Yeah. It is, Sarah. I do feel like it's very, very similar. My husband has satellite radio and will listen to some of the older songs, and it's very different from today. Brendan, yeah, yes, Brendan Urie. He does have a wide vocal range. That is an astonishing vocal range that man has. But I have to admit, I'm a Pretty Odd fan, so I kind of miss the old things they did. Yeah, this is cool. Keeping you happy and motivated. John Denver is awesome. Yeah, you got to keep them separated. I love it. All right, so what kind of research is this? It would be, oh, I forgot to add an explanation. Sorry, so how'd we do? It would be a survey. It is letter A. It's not an experiment. I didn't cause an effect. Experiments are where I'm going to change something to cause an effect on you. I didn't. I just gathered your information. And it's not quantitative because that's where I'm measuring generally with an experiment. Yep, so if you put survey, you are correct. And a lot of people may have confused quantitative with the term we're about to discuss, which is qualitative. So pardon me a second. We're going to go back to the presentation, which takes me a second to flip. All right, now, I'm sorry. Oh, that's cool, Caleb, yeah. No, it's cool, isn't it? Like now we're like, oh, I found some people. Like I found my people here. Some of my friends yesterday, you were telling me you couldn't see your presentation, and we just learned something. So if you go up to, you know what, I'm going to share this again because I think I can show you this way. Hang on just a second. Okay, so can you see, oh, hold on, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting there's extra steps. I'm like, I'm done. No, I'm not. I'm done. No, I'm not. All right, so you can see my screen again. If you look up here on pane 2, there's these 3 bars. And if you click it, now yours is different from mine, you will have the option to say show presentations in there. If you're not seeing the teacher's presentation, it's probably because it's not defaulting to presentation. And if you click there, you should be able to get there. Does that make sense? So go up to these 3 bars and click on them. Did I freak anybody out? You guys figured it out what I'm saying? There's lots. So at the top of, okay, hold on. And the problem is, Okay, Sierra, yeah. It's supposed to be set up that when I tell it to apply this presentation, you get presentations, but it doesn't sometimes. But at the top of some of these panes, you have options. And pane 2, which is where the presentation is a pane with options. So if you see like lines on top of each other, like squares, that's where I'm talking about. It may be different depending on your browser, but that's what we were told, so that might help. You don't have any squares? Okay, that's fine. You may not. Yeah, that's good too. Click the human icon, it will enlarge the screen. Good, Madeline, yes. All right, well, we're going to talk a little bit here about this qualitative research. Notice the L, qualitative research, that we just did. You clicked the human, and I shared with you what we learned from Socrative because I like to get ahead of myself. I'm very good at it. But here's a question. Well, let me back up then. We're going to go back to that research. So keep that research in your mind for just a moment. What is qualitative research? Because we're used to quantitative. When I say experiment, you guys know what I say. But when I say qualitative, it's like, huh? Yes, very yes, I know. So qualitative research is about facts. It's about numbers and statistics and measuring results. Okay, so for example, I could measure how many of you like this genre, how many of you like that genre, how many of you use music to help calm down, how many of you use music to motivate yourself, right? I could actually measure this. And it's looking at the why and how of human behavior. Sometimes we can understand why we like something. We don't need an experiment. If I said to you, why do you like that music? Did you have to do an experiment to figure it out? Like, were you there going, well, let me play this song? Well, let me play that. No, right? No, you don't need that. But you know you like it. And I can say, why do you like it? And you can give me an answer, as you guys proved in the Socrative that we looked through. So qualitative research, or qualitative as our friend is saying, we learned from those questions on Socrative, we learned about the types of musical preferences and why we like that music, right? Does this research teach us anything? I apologize, it's supposed to not come up all at once, but it is. So right here, did this research teach us anything? What do you think? Well, obviously, I had never heard of historical rock, so I totally learned something. Okay, you could get into someone's mindset. That's what survey says. That's good, Virginia. What'd you learn, Caitlin? Tell me, if anybody learned something, what did you learn? Whether it's that someone else likes the same music as you, or that you were surprised maybe by some of the things that came up. Okay, yeah, certainly, Melania, I did. Yeah, different genres of music or something like that. A general trend? Sure, Nathan, we could look at it and say, well, what did most people say? And that could give us a general trend. Yeah, Caitlin, seeing more things that we have in common we may not even know we have in common. I'm trying to turn away from my window there a little bit. Skillet is actually Christian rock. See? All the cool things you can learn. Absolutely. We've learned something, but here's the question. Did this research require an experiment? Does it show cause and effect? Yep, tons of metal, Caleb, absolutely. Yeah, so we have different genres going on. But did this research require an experiment? Did this research show us anything about cause and effect? Seriously, Virginia? Yeah. Christian alt rock, okay. No, Nathan, you are absolutely right. Madeline, you are correct. There was no experiment. I didn't change something halfway through. It's not like I played you a song and then played you a different song and looked to see how that affected you. I just asked you what you liked. So what qualitative research does is it teaches us things about people to show trends, to show ideas, but we don't necessarily need an experiment because not everything requires an experiment. We only need an experiment if we want to show that changing one thing causes an effect on the other. And that's really, really key. So say it with me. Experiments show cause and effect. Qualitative research does not. Let's say that again. Experiments show cause and effect. Qualitative research does not. So it's really important to keep that in mind. There wasn't an independent variable. Absolutely no. It was a survey. Excellent. Good points. Thumbs up. Okay, I have to click this because for some reason, instead of doing what it's supposed to, it just came up like 5 times. Sorry. All right, so let's talk about our types of qualitative research. Hey, close enough, right? So the first one we've already done, survey, finding people's opinions, attitudes, values, or beliefs. Again, I just asked you what you thought. You know, and then I can go back and comb through that data and I can make measurements if I want. You know, and Elsa or Anna wants to know if you want to take a survey. Naturalistic observation. So I can find out what happens when the subject is in a natural setting without interference. Think about it. If you go to a laboratory, do you act 100% the same way you do if you're at home? No, it's okay. It's okay, Caleb. No, right? Do you act the same way at the doctor's office that you do at home? No, thank goodness. My daughters were having a moment this morning. They didn't feel good, poor things. No, right? But in a naturalistic observation, I could come, yeah, Jasmine, right. So you try to be more careful. Absolutely. Like I could go to, I don't want to freak anybody out here, but I could go to Tristan's house and I could see what he does every morning to get ready. Not that I'm going to do that, but I'm just saying as a naturalist, that could be a naturalistic observation. I could go to my students' houses and watch what they do to get ready in the morning. Of course, within reason. I don't want anybody to think that's creepy. Yes. No, I don't blame you, my friend. Yes, Caleb, I did know that. I have 3 girls. I know a lot of things like that. I'm just kidding. You can also have a case study. Sometimes a person or small group has a rather unusual condition for the rest of the world. So you might want to learn about them, but you're not necessarily looking to apply it to a larger group. You just want to learn more about what you can from that person. You could do a longitudinal study, following a subject over a period of time to see what changes occur in the data. When my dad was, well, I guess about 40. They came to him, and my dad's always had stomach problems, so they asked him to take a medication. And so they checked with him. He had to go to the doctor every year, and he had to have some blood tests done. And he was part of the study for 25 years. Yes, that seems right. 25 years, and they were able to learn over time how his blood work changed, how his body changed, how he responded to the medication. I still need to see those 2, Virginia. Yes, movie weekend. And I don't know why that came up as white, but the last one is cross-sectional studies. I have no idea why. Oh, hold on. Let me type it in here. Yes. Cross-sectional studies. Yes. Getting a representation of a group's opinion at one given point in time. So here's a question. When I asked you guys for your favorite music, and I asked, or your favorite genre and why you liked it, was I looking for longitudinal study, meaning I was looking over a period of time? Or was I asking for something specific to right now, like a snapshot of how you are right now? I froze. Oh no. I'll try that again. When I asked you, I froze. Can we turn off my camera for a moment, see if it likes that? I just unfroze. Okay. So when I ask you for your favorite musical, right, but when I ask you what you like, when I just asked you that in that survey, was I trying to do a longitudinal survey or a cross-sectional survey? Was I doing this over a long period of time? Or was I just getting your opinion now? Kind of getting a representation of what you like. Good, I was doing a cross-sectional survey. Excellent. Who wants to do another one? Anybody? Yeah. Oh, well, you are in luck. Guess what? So as you can see from the screen, I have many media likes here. Some of you may like them too. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm a huge fan of Wonder Woman, Supergirl, The Flash. I'm still working on Arrow. I have watched it, but I'm not 100% sure that it's my favorite. I love Harry Potter, Disney. I love so many things. I mean, this is just a teeny tiny snapshot. I also like to read. I love Maeve Binchy and Philippa Gregory are two of my favorite authors. So my question to you is, what are your favorite YouTube movies, TVs, media, games, etc.? Like, what do you like? I know I put baby in the corner. All right, I got a Wonder Woman. Yeah, Harry Potter. I have read The Giver, Madeline. It's just been a little while, but my girls actually have it for Battle of the Books. So I'll go back and read it again. Yes. Office, good. Oh, Coraline. I don't know. That was an interesting one. My husband loved it. I did not get into it as much. Descendants. Oh, then you were very happy. Descendants 3 just coming out. Percy Jackson, Marvel. Yeah. Once Upon a Time. Okay. Anime, manga, Pokemon. Trying to scroll up a little bit. Got some more Avengers fans. Wrestling. You like writing your own stories, Madeline? How cool. My Hero Academia. Yes, that one comes up many times. Jasmine, I can't tell. Do you like Supernatural or I'm kidding. Smosh. Zombie. You know, I haven't seen that one yet. The Black Widow movie. I know, Tristan. I know. I wasn't sure about it, but then when I heard where they were setting it, I was like, okay, that I want to see. This Is Us. Okay. Your favorite show, Rebecca? Is that Hunter x Hunter, Jasmine? Okay. You love superheroes? Awesome, Caleb. Jasmine. Quoting things. I love it. Pride and Prejudice. Good book. Yes. Is Budapest, okay, I'm going to ask a stupid question. Is that a movie? Is that a game? What is Budapest, Tamira? I'm sorry. The Hunger Games. Your Lie in April. Okay. You compared Supernatural to everything. That's awesome. The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, gotcha. Oh, yes. You and I remember Budapest very differently. I can't wait. X-Men, yes. I love it. All right, as my last friends put up their thoughts here, and feel free to add more. I know. Here's another question. Did I just do another longitudinal survey or another cross-sectional survey? You can put an L for longitudinal or a CS for cross-sectional if you want. I know, so sad they're ending. Yes, I did, because if I was going to do how could I change this? If I wanted to make it a longitudinal survey, what could I do instead? No, let's not, especially certain seasons. What could I do to make this into a longitudinal survey? Okay. Would I have to do it every day, Sierra? Yeah, discussion post might be a way to do it, Virginia, sure. Could I do it it'd have to be over a period of time. Maybe I could ask, for a certain number of weeks, or maybe I ask you once a year, like maybe next year I come back to all of you guys and say, okay, now what do you like? Year after that, what do you like? Maybe do that for 5 years and see if your viewing habits changed. Yeah, I'm looking for how data changes over time if I'm longitudinal. I like this. Still supernatural, never changing. All right, so you're going to give me some, oh no, this didn't come out the way it's supposed to. Okay, we're just gonna focus on the first one. It was supposed to come up one at a time. So here's what I want you to do. I wanna know how, oh no, I did this right. Okay, so if you think qualitative research can teach us how one variable causes an effect on the other variable, give me some kind of smiley face. If you think qualitative research teaches us how one variable is related to another variable, give me a hand or a thumbs up or something like that. And if you think that research can help us decide what variables we need to research, give me a critter icon, a turtle or a bunny if you prefer the bunny. Virginia, we have one Friday. No, on the use your emojis. Tristan, there is not, for a very specific reason. Oh, learning about us, Virginia? Okay. Yeah, let me look at that. I don't know. I think I have to see if I can do it without attaching a grade. Let me see what I can do. That's true. It can't be all of the above, Caleb. You've got that right. Make myself a note. Oh, you know what, Virginia? Hello. I just remembered something. It's coming. I'm trying to figure out how to link the Padlet into Canvas because it's not working right, but I do have something that I'm going to give you guys an option to learn more about each other. So sorry, I did forget. I understand what you're saying now. It's coming. Yep, you got to pick one. So you got to pick one. You either have to give me a smiley face if you think we can learn how one variable causes an effect on another variable, or some kind of face. A hand icon if you think we can learn how one variable is related to another variable, or a critter icon, animal icon, if you think this type of research can help us decide what variables we need to research. Oh no, Madeline, I'm sorry. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to change this just for a second. You can change it back. Oh, and it just opened that up. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. That works too. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I gotta get rid of this too. All right. No. You go away. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we said. Sorry, the reason I did this was so I can get this. Let's take a look at our feedback. Kayla, we almost always have them, so I'm going to guess yes. All right. So let's take a look. So we've got, I'm going to count this face here along with this face together. So we have 5 people who say that qualitative research can teach us how one variable causes an effect on the other. We have 10 people with a thumbs up saying we can learn how one variable is related to another. And we have the turtle saying that looks like 4 turtles, saying this type of research can help us decide what variables we need to research. And technically, the best answer is the hand. So those of you who have a hand, give yourself a round of applause, give yourself thumbs up because you did. But it can lead us further to look at what else we might need to research later. So the turtle may not have been the best choice, but the turtle is definitely correct. Unfortunately, the faces are not correct at all. Because remember, qualitative research does not teach us how one thing causes an effect on the other. What teaches us that? What's the only type of research that teaches us how one thing gives us how one thing causes an effect on the other? An experiment. Yes, Tristan, there is your fist bump, my friend. I didn't punch you. I was fist bumping you. Yes, Milani, absolutely. An experiment. All right, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger again. And you can, once I apply the layout, you're welcome to change it. Every time I do that, it drives me crazy. Okay, no more changing the layout. Miss Surette is learning. Yes, that's okay though. I got to tell you, if you're having the technology issues I have, I think sometimes that's why people are not able to respond, is because they're clicking buttons and they're like, come on, and they're frozen. All right, so let's take a moment to imagine a situation. It is summer. It's 99 degrees outside. I didn't plan it, but I think it is 99 degrees out here actually. And you need to buy a new pair of sunglasses. So, click. Did I freeze again? Oh, sorry guys. I think I froze. Okay, an ice cream store is having a really good sale on sunglasses. So you buy a pair of sunglasses and some ice cream because, you know, you're there at the ice cream store. So at the end of the month, the store checks its sales and it finds the following. It sees that as the number of ice creams or sunglasses sold goes up, the number of ice cream sold goes up. So here's a question. Do you, Caleb? I have the kind of sunglasses you can put on over glasses because I do that. So does this mean that sunglasses make people want ice cream? What do you guys think? Well, imagine that it's a friendly ice cream, Jasmine, that you could if you wanted, but just imagine with me. That's okay. Cool. I actually have to take my girls in for the eye doctor now. Sorry, Caitlin. But back to my question here that's highlighted and I'm trying to circle. Does this mean that sunglasses make people want ice cream? Ooh, Nathan. It doesn't mean it, but Nathan brought up something important. He saw a relationship. He saw that it's hot outside. So that's probably what it is. Yes. So this is a virtual high five. If you see my hand come at the computer, I am not trying to hurt anybody, but I like to give virtual high fives and fist bumps. So that's what I'm doing. So here's the question. How are these variables related? And as Nathan and now Madeline have pointed out, yes, it's hot outside, right? I would want a popsicle too, Ricky. So they are related, and we know the relationship is the heat. So in qualitative research, we're often trying to find a relationship between variables to understand why and how. We know that people don't walk into a store to buy sunglasses and go, I must now have ice cream. No, it's just because it's hot, and those are two things that are related because of the heat. Although if that ever happens, please let me know. You want to stay inside? Yes, I understand. So can a correlational study prove that one thing causes another? So green check if you think, of course. Oh, excuse me, of course not. It can only show that there is a relationship between the items. Red X if you're thinking, and let me clear out my, hang on a second. Clear feedback, there we go. And red X if you're thinking, yes, it shows that buying an item like sunglasses causes you to want to buy ice cream. That makes sense besides that. Sorry. Well, there's a reason. So what do you guys think? Can a correlational study prove that one thing causes another? So you're saying, of course not, Ms. Surette, you're nuts. It's showing there's a relationship. Or are you saying, of course you're correct, Ms. Surette, because when you buy sunglasses, it causes you to buy ice cream. So what do you guys think? I'll give you a minute to answer. There is a reason. So what do you guys think? I need to get some green checks here. I'm hoping Azia and Brady and Sierra and Deja and Kevin and Christina and Lauren and Matthew and Rebecca and Ricky and Sabirin and Sarah and Samaya and William have a thought here they want to share. Because I'd be so happy. All right. Do you guys hear the clicking on your end when the timer goes off? Because I hear it on my end. I don't know if it's just me. Let's take a look at this feedback. You do? Oh, okay, good. Shows you what we get. All right, so 18 of my friends, which is 62%, said green check, and 2 of my friends said red X. And the reason, Jasmine, that I happened to put the green check that time is because that is the correct answer. So that's how my brain works sometimes. So 90% of you correctly got that the answer is that it only shows a relationship between the items studied. And as Tony Stark is pointing out, you can't prove causation by correlation. That's another way to say you cannot prove that one thing causes another if you're just finding out they have a relationship. Fancy words. All right, so let me talk just a little bit about this. A plastic straw snapping. Yeah, it's some sort of, it's called a click. I have a click or a ring, and the ring is really annoying, so I went with the click. Yes, love him 3000. So correlation can tell you about a relationship between variables. A perfect relationship would score a 100%, which is represented as 1, because if any of you know anything about math and percentages, you know that a percent is less than 1, so 100% is 1. Okay, that's where that comes from. You don't have to know a whole lot more math than this. It's okay. The closer the score is to 1, the stronger the relationship is between the variables. This is called descriptive statistics. Here's the deal. The sign in front of the number does not matter. I know. Let me tell you about psychology. We like to mess with your brains. The sign in front of the number does not matter. Okay? I know in math it does, but in here it does not. So here's a question for you. Which of these numbers I should have done this without the A, B, and C, sorry. Shows a stronger correlation. Would it be A, 0.5, B, negative 0.9, or C, 0.75? Think about it. Does the sign in front of the number matter? I just said no. So all of my friends putting in letter B, including Caleb, who I know you really meant that one. It is correct. Letter B is the correct answer. Hold on. It's slow to come up. There we go. Letter B is the correct answer because the sign doesn't matter. When it comes to descriptive statistics, you don't care if it's positive or negative. So now you're thinking to yourself, self, that's how you know you're talking to yourself. You called yourself self. Self, how come we have a sign if she's just said it doesn't matter? Why do we have positive and negative? Like, why do we even confuse ourselves like that? There's a reason. When you have a positive correlation, both of the variables are increasing or growing together. So when one's going up, like the sunglasses, then the ice cream, the other's going up. In a negative correlation, when one's going up, the other is decreasing. So you've got an opposite situation. For example, let's say we're selling 2 items, and as the sale of one rises, like winter coats, the sale of the other rises, like hot chocolate. Is that positive or negative? You know, things like Jasmine, you go with the royal we. Okay. That's going to be a positive, right? I was making sure I understood the positive for there. Yes, it's positive because both are growing together. That's what I was just making sure of, Caleb. But let's say we're selling 2 items, but as the sale of hot chocolate goes up, the other one's going down, like summer shorts that's going down. That's negative, absolutely. So what we can look at here is all the positive and negative means is, are they both growing together, or is one growing and one decreasing? That's all it means. That's the only reason it's there. That's why it's not important. So the sign in front of the number is not important. It just shows the type of correlation. You just want to look at how close is that number to 1. The closer it is, the stronger the relationship. All right, quick understanding check. Do not be like Michael Scott there. Just descriptive statistics are useful because A, you can analyze results and draw conclusions. B, it's the only way to determine trends. C, averages can be found without completing an experiment. Or D, you find the cause of problems. I know you have to put this in the chat box. I'm sorry, I'm still working on the whole polling thing. It's different, so I got to get it right. So what do you think? Why are descriptive statistics useful? We know it's not going to be D, right? Because you can't find the cause of problems. Yes, the correct answer is letter A. You can analyze results and draw conclusions. All right, one more. A negative correlation is A, not a very nice way to compute your numbers. B, has no relationship among the variables. C means both variables increase together. Or D means one variable goes up and the other variable goes down. Excellent. D, yes, I was hoping my visual aid would help you out. And you guys, it's 1:13 or almost 1:14. There you go. You guys got any questions? I know it's like whoosh in, whoosh out, right? No? All right. Well, I'll see you later. I know, it's so funny. There's something else supposed to come up, but it didn't. But tomorrow we'll have our lab, because this is 5th period, so we'll have our lab tomorrow, and we will talk more about the different types of research. So thank you guys for coming. You are free to go. Let me see if I can. I don't have the presentation. Unfortunately, I can't give you the recording until everybody leaves class, but I'll have those up this afternoon. See ya. Have a great day. Thank you guys so much for your help. I'm going to pause the recording here.